Hey folks, Jer here from The View, and a very short news along with some match preview stuff. So we'll just crack on and we'll get into it. Thanks for everyone who supported Channel over the weekend and has helped us with our growth. We're over the 3,000 comfortably now, and I really appreciate everyone's support. So if you like the channel, likes and subscribes and all that really help us to grow and people to see us. So again, thanks for that. But we'll crack on with the news, and the first bits and pieces are just around the under-21s. If you are interested in seeing the under-21s game against Sunderland tonight, unfortunately, I have some bad news. The game, which is due to kick off at 7 o'clock tonight, is not available live on LUTV, and that is due to Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest playing the Premier League, because apparently Leeds fans are far more interested in watching Forest and Villa than they would be supporting their under-21 team. It's a crazy rule. I don't understand it. However, the highlights will be available after the game to catch on LUTV if you want to do that. So there you go. Fingers crossed. Don't be not a link floating around. I don't know what the rules are internationally, but locally, not going to happen. Some bad news on the Cody Gakpo front. It is believed that the last few weeks there has been some rumour that Leeds are close to or had agreed personal terms with Gakpo. They haven't. In fact, it's the exact opposite. They said that they had believed that he had shifted towards an agreement with Leeds. They have kept dialogue open since the closing of the summer window. There was a sense that he was warming up to the idea of moving to Leeds and was considering it. But given his start to the season and Leeds' start to the season, it is now said that Leeds have been made aware that he is currently not interested in a move to Leeds United. So let's just put a pin in it. That's that done. He's got 14 goals, 11 assists in 18 games. That's 25 goals involvements in 18 games, which is incredible. It's on Haaland's level. But unfortunately, not coming to Leeds. So anyone who was curious about that rumour from the Daily Mirror during the week, not true. Completely untrue. Some weird news then as well coming from the Yorkshire Evening Post. Apparently Leeds players' plane last night was evacuated in Leeds Bradford Airport after a smell of burning rubber had been detected. Not a joke. There's no punchline coming here. It was said there was a smell that was picked up the plane. There was an emergency landing happened, and the players are fine. The landing was okay. Everyone was okay. Planes in the area were asked to circle is the word I'm looking for, while they were sorting it out, but everyone's fine, no issues. And the last thing the Leeds players needed after a bad day at the office yesterday, but we'll get into that now. So that's all there is for the news. Talking about the match review stuff, so let's get into it. Honest opinion here, it's split for me. I'm not going down the doom and gloom, the world is on fire route. I'm just not doing it, but I can understand it. I can definitely start to understand it. There were some issues yesterday, some big issues. So let's start with the start. First 25 minutes of the game, I thought we were outstanding. I thought it was probably the best I'd seen us play outside the Chelsea game. Pressing was excellent. The pressure putting their back four under was really good. We were running at them with an intensity they were finding very hard to deal with. And I thought if we get the first goal here, that stops their low block, that stops all that kind of time waste and stuff from happening, we win this game. And then we do score, and it's a great goal. It's a fantastic goal. I think everyone's forgetting about it since the result. But Brendan Aronson, outstanding on the right-hand side, coming inside. How many players he beats. Unlucky not to score, but Stroke is there to tap it in. Fantastic start to the game. And then I kind of felt we didn't really push on anymore. We were controlling it a little bit, but we weren't doing a huge amount with the ball. All Palace had was this chipped ball over the back from Anderson to try and catch us out. And I think I said it on Twitter that if we stopped that from happening, would be okay in this game. Then there's two incidents in the first half to kind of really kind of change the game for me. There's a question mark around the red card. Probably a second yellow. He should have got second yellow. But we got away with a yellow card early on that we complained about last week. Stroke kicked the ball away and got away with it in the first few minutes as well. So we complained about that last week. We got the rub of the green this week with it. The mistakes are Pat Bamford goes through on goal and should score. It's a one-on-one. He should score. It's a poor attempt and an easy save by the keeper. And it's not a case that he's only come back from injury. He's starting the game. He needs to be ready. If he's not ready, you start somebody else. You start Joffrey. You start Joseph. You start Perkins. You start Rodrigo. You start somebody else if he's not ready. So if he's on the pitch, he has to be deemed as being ready and has to score goals. And he's missed a fantastic chance, which in my opinion would finish the game completely. Just before halftime, Liam Cooper. And I spent the first half of this part of the season talking about Diego Llorente making mistakes. There has been this niggle that's come into Leeds game. We've talked a lot about it, but mostly around giving away silly free kicks, unnecessary free kicks, just for the sake of it, just because you've lost possession of the ball. And Cooper does it, 10 yards inside the halfway line. He has plenty of time to get rid of the ball, pass the ball, turn around, go back to his keeper. He dallies on the ball. He overcarries it, which I've been critical of Jack Harrison for doing. Gets caught in possession, loses it, and then gives away a foul. There was no need to give. There was plenty of players covering. There was no need to give away the free kick. Gives away a free kick. Stupid thing to do, and they score from the free kick. So there's the first one. Half-time happens, and they clearly reorganise. We came out flat, like really flat in the second half. And Palace changed their system. They just had these little clip balls in behind our midfield, and it started to open us up a little bit and started to expose our defenders. I think it was really obvious. Run at the Leeds back two, and you've got a chance to score on a goal here. Robin Koch I thought was really, really good, and I thought Rasmus Christensen had probably one of his best games for Leeds. He kept Wilfried Zaha pretty quiet for the entire game and dealt with him. And Zaha only came into the game when Christensen was taken off towards the end, and he moved to change sides. Stroke I thought was fine at left back as well, but there is a need to get a left back in so we can get Stroke out of that position into centre half, because for me, Diego Llorente is not good enough. Liam Cooper's not good enough. There was this whole thing about put respect on Liam Cooper's name during the week. I have all the respect in the world for Liam Cooper as a captain and as a leader in the dressing room. Being very honest here, Diego Llorente is not good enough for the Premier League, and neither is Liam Cooper. Charlie Creswell was another person. Everyone on Twitter this morning saying that Charlie Creswell needs to be brought back and put back into the team. Charlie Creswell can't get into the Millwall 18. The Millwall 18, lower half championship club, can't get into that team. He is not the answer. He's not ready yet. He will be, but he's not yet. So whether the answer is we get a left back and bring Stroke in, maybe Stroke and Koch is the partnership we should be going. But I think the Leeds board have a serious problem on their hands right now. They've got a problem at centre back. And if they don't get that fixed after Christmas, there could be a very, very long season, because there's too many mistakes being made, unforced errors happening from the back two, or Llorente and Cooper specifically in this case. Yeah, Bamford missing chances. He looked really rusty. He looked really off the pace. His hold of play was shaky. It was okay, then it wasn't. It was okay, and it wasn't. It was inconsistent. And I thought the substitutions were made far too late in the game. I think the impact that they could have had earlier in the game should have happened. I think after about 50 minutes, it was clear that Bamford was tired, probably running a bit on empty. Yeah, we weren't creating a whole lot at that stage, and I would have made 2 or 3 changes rather than just a one with Somerville. I'd have brought more on at that stage. And I think there's Jesse's got a real problem right now. I think he wasn't under pressure. He's been given time, and I think the collapse yesterday is the second time we've seen a Leeds team collapse this season, and it needs to be addressed. You know, you shouldn't lose games after being ahead, and you shouldn't lose teams against teams that aren't in form after going ahead, especially when you cause your own problems. The second goal we concede is also a Liam Cooper mistake. Player cuts inside, fakes to shoot, and Cooper dives in. You are told constantly as a defender, do not commit yourself. Don't go to ground. Stand up, make yourself big, push him right, push him left, but stand your ground. And he just turns his body, dives in, falls on the ground, and it's an easy finish for the attacker. And that can't happen. Just can't happen. Leeds have got Arsenal at home, Leicester away, Fulham at home, and Liverpool away in the next 4 games. If Jesse Marsch is to get a bit of pressure off him, he needs at least 6 points from the next 4 games. He needs to be beating Leicester, and he needs to be beating Fulham if he wants to. If you don't have any chance of staying in the Premier League or being a team that's not worried about the bottom 3, you've got to be beating teams like Fulham and Leicester right now, given where they are in the league. Arsenal at home, you might get a point out of that game. It would be a great result to get a point against a very good Arsenal team right now. And Liverpool away, they're a mess. You don't know what you're going to get from that game. So Jesse Marsch got a real problem. If he doesn't pick up 6 points in the next 4 games, there's going to be a lot of pressure going into the break. And he's a lot of work to do. He's a lot of work to do. The defenders are letting the team down right now, in my personal opinion. But the collapse and the lack of energy, lack of fight in the last half an hour from us wasn't good enough for me. So yeah, problems there, but that's it, folks. That's what I think. I think a good 25-30 minutes in the first half, we should have put the game to bed. We didn't. And then a collapse and defensive mistakes and silly little free kicks are what's causing us the problems. But that's my waffle. Feeling a bit flat this morning. It's that one hurt. That one hurt a lot. The other ones I could get over. Like against Brentford, great performance, bad result. But that one today, that hurt a little bit. But anyway, that's it for a Monday. Hopefully back tomorrow a bit cheerier with some news for you. And fingers crossed, the under-21s get a decent result tonight against Sunderland. So I'll see you then. Bye.